continuation of our weekly practices where we work with the joints and glands practices, and a midweek exploration. On Monday we did our self-massage, and then Wednesday we do a little bit more movement aspect, including the idea of the Kriyas. So let us begin by sitting as tall as we can, coming into the full sense of the feeling of the breath, traveling in the nostrils and flowing from the nostrils as one stream into the center of the skull. Feel the movement of the breath in the abdomen, in the navel region. The gentle expansion of the lower borders of the rib cage. In 3 dimensions, there's the movement of the navel region, expanding with the inhalation, also the sides of the ribs, and even in the kidney region in the low back area. And then the relaxation of this area with the exhalation. And the breath simply flowing smoothly and naturally. Swami Shri Rama Prāṇāyāma. One day Guru Param sense the breath flowing in the nostrils, the coolness, the dryness, and the flow of that breath as one stream into the center of the skull and into the abdominal regions, the wave of the breath. And keeping that feeling sense, will begin to do some head and neck movements coordinated with the breath. And these are designed as yoga kriyas, as yoga purification practices to dissolve any kind of blockages. So as you exhale, on your next exhalation, let your chin descend towards your chest. Let your spine round in, your shoulders droop, like the big letter C. And as you inhale, you can begin to lengthen the spine as the breath comes in the nostrils. The spine unfurls, the heart begins to lift, the chin begins to lift, the openness of the throat. Face is relaxed. Exhalation brings about the inward movement again as the letter C begins to roll inwards on itself. And you can count your breaths silently to yourself. Count the length of the breath if you like, or simply just go with the breath. Opening the spine, unfurling the spine on the inhalation, and then rolling in. And really, this is a practice for the spine. We want to kind of get the spine to warm up just a little bit by flexing it frontwards and backwards. You're flexing and extending the spine. So as you open up, you send your tail down. Maybe you press down a little with your feet. And as you exhale, you roll in. And this time, as you continue these movements, just let your hands and your arms dangle beside the chair. And so that as you inhale and you begin to unfurl, you can move your shoulders a little towards your ears and then shoulder blades towards one another and down your back. So you're really opening your heart a little more now. And then as you exhale, let the shoulders round in towards one another in the front. In the front of the body really droops. Your face is soft. And the inhalation begins to extend, lengthen. Shoulders come towards the ears and on to the back. And the palms gently face forward a little bit. And then as you exhale and your spine takes the form of a letter C, your chin descending towards your chest, your arms and hands, everything begins to roll forward a little bit. So you're beginning to come forward on your sit bones and then opening up towards the ceiling on the inhalation, leaning back a little and then exhaling. And now bring your hands to your knees and use your hands on your knees to kind of help you draw forward. As you inhale, come on through, open up your heart towards me and then towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, begin to round your spine towards the chair behind you. And take your belly and your chin in. And again, slide forward just like you were going to slide out over your knees, bringing your weight forward. And then inhale, it's like you're dipping, you're making big swooping movements with your spine now. So you're exhaling, coming in, and then sliding out over your knees, bringing your heart up, your chin up, your face is relaxed, and then your shoulder blades down your back and begin to round your back in. So we've made some big movements here. And the next inhalation, let it bring you all the way up just to your sitting position. And once again, let the arms dangle. And on an exhalation, let your right ear come down towards your right shoulder. And then on the inhalation, come back up through your center position. On the exhalation, let the left ear descend towards the left shoulder. And on an inhalation, come back up to your center position. Again, exhale, let the right ear come down towards the right shoulder. Feel how the area on the left neck region is opening. Your inhalation is bringing you back up. You're staying with that count that you established for your inhalations and your exhalations so that the lengths of each are proportional. You're breathing nice and naturally, but maybe you're breathing a little more deeply now so that your inhalation is a little fuller as you come up. And as you exhale, maybe you exhale a little more profoundly. As you go down and lower an ear towards a shoulder. And as you inhale, you come back up. And this time as you go down with your ear towards your shoulder, actually draw back on the opposite shoulder. So open that opposite side of the neck just a little bit more, and even begin to push down with your feet so that you get a little more of a curve in your whole spine rather than just your head and your neck. And you inhale, come up, and then again on the exhalation the ear goes down to the shoulder. The opposite shoulder you draw a little more onto your back just to open that region, and you even push down with your feet a little to open up that side of the rib cage. And you inhale, you come back up, center, and then you exhale, go down the other side, and again draw back on the shoulder. And let the next inhalation just bring you back up to your central position. Place your hands on your knees. And on an exhalation this time, just let the head rotate over a shoulder. So take the chin perhaps to the right shoulder. Keep the chin level. Let there be a little length in your spine as you take the head over. On the inhalation, let the head swivel back front and center. And again on the exhalation, take the chin to the opposite shoulder this time, lengthening your spine as you go. You can feel a little activity in your lower back as you support the pose. Your inhalation brings you back to center. You're keeping your mind focused on the lengths of your breaths. So as you exhale, you mentally have a count that's telling you the length of the breath. And you're exhaling a little more deeply. And as you inhale, again, you follow a proportion that you've established for your breath lengths. Continue to go side to side with the head, keeping the chin level and lengthening the spine. Inhaling, the face is relaxed, the forehead is relaxed. Take one more exhalation and a twisting rotation of the head and the neck to the side. And one last inhalation coming back front and center. Continue to breathe naturally. And now visualize your nostrils and your face. And this next exercise, exercise number 4, is the turtling motion of the head and the neck. So visualize that the breath, as you inhale in your nostrils, is like a string which pulls your face towards me, like you're sipping the string in through your nostrils, the string of the breath. The head and the neck are extending, and then as you exhale, you uncoil that string as you exhale it out and take the chin in. Again, you inhale, drawing your face and your nostrils forward on the string of the breath, like a turtle coming out of the shell. And exhaling, taking the face and the chin back, lengthening the muscles on the back side of the neck. Inhaling, continuing with that proportion of the breath. You may wish to hold the tip of the tongue lightly pressed against the hard palate, the roof of the mouth, as you do these exercises. And you may also wish to continue with the Ujjayi Prāṇāyāma, which is a little whisper sound in your breath that is created by constricting your vocal diaphragm at the base of your neck just a little bit internally, just so you get a little shushing sound to the breath. Yeah, that's it. And your next inhalation, just come back to front and center. Scan the body with your eyes closed, just to see if there's any tension anywhere. And work with the breath to dissolve tension if possible. That is the action of the Kriya, the yoga Kriya, or the purification of the pathways of energy. And now, exercise 5 will be a combination of the first 4 exercises for the head and the neck. So once again, bring the awareness into the hands and the arms, sitting tall with your focused breath awareness. Let your arms dangle, let your hands dangle beside you. And on an exhalation, let your chin travel in towards your chest, or your spine round and your shoulders come forward. And then as you inhale, begin to swing this chin over towards your right shoulder and begin to open up your torso and take the head up to the right side towards the ceiling, the shoulders on the back. Swing over to the left, and as you take the chin down towards your left shoulder, begin to roll the spine in and the chin down and the shoulders forward, and continue in this large circling fashion, letting the shoulder blades come onto the back as you're opened up and looking up at the ceiling or eyes closed, it doesn't matter. Exhaling, you've got a curve in your spine to the side as your head comes down and swings across your chest. And again, you're following a proportion of the breath. It's helpful to do these practices with the eyes closed so that you're not preoccupied with how it looks or anything, and you're more really just focusing in on the feeling. So you're doing something called pratyahara, where you're taking your tentacles of your sensory awareness, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your taste buds, and your feeling sense, and you've got your eyes closed, your ears are just simply hearing the guidance, your nose isn't really worried about smelling, and if anything, your taste is noticing the saliva in your mouth. And your primary sense is the feeling sense and the feeling of these movements. Now let's reverse the direction. Once your chin is on your chest again, just reverse the direction you're going with your head and torso. And inhale up towards the ceiling in the opposite direction. And then exhale, take the chin down. Let this spine arc and roll. So you're really rolling the entire spine through the letter C, and then it's as if you're peeling that letter C inside out as your head crosses the ceiling over to the other side. You can feel these movements all the way down into your back and between your shoulder blades and your arms, and you're doing your best to let the hands just simply roll and move however they would, without worrying too much